Today we're going to talk a little bit about the design process in a custom home, and this is going to be the next installment to our process for building a custom home. So if you're interested in building a custom home and you don't know where to start, you don't know what steps to take, we're talking to you a little bit in this series about our process. We're explaining why we use the process, and today we're going to talk about design, architecture for your custom home. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to our new series, the process of building a custom home. We hope that you get a lot of information out of this. We hope that you take time to leave a comment. Let us know if it makes sense. Let us know if there's other questions that you have. Believe me, all of the people that come to us don't know the custom home building process. Some of them think they do and they don't, but most of them come to us and just say, I don't know anything. I don't know where to start. I need somebody. Are you that person? And we are. So we're trying to share some of that information, making you more comfortable to reach out to a custom builder, whether it's us or somebody in your area. And we just want you to have an idea of the process we use and why we use it. So subscribe to our channel. Hopefully, a lot of the videos coming out in this series and other series will be useful for you. Okay, so we work with a lot of architects. We love to work with architects. One of the questions we get from clients is, should they get architectural drawings done and brought to us so we can help them put together the project plan? And I want to explain to you why we think the best idea is for you to find a builder like ourselves, a custom home builder, full service, and then let that builder find you an architect that fits your project. So that's what we're going to talk about over the next few minutes. I don't want any architects out there getting mad at me, because I think using architects is absolutely vital to a successful project. It's just that we've seen some of the problems when clients go to an architect before going to a builder, and we're going to talk about that right now without any further delay. So the first issue, and it's for me the biggest issue, with a client going out and hiring an architect and drawing a set of drawings and bringing it to us, is that there's really no consideration for budget in that. And you may be a person that can afford any budget. You can afford to build any house, but most people don't want to. Most people want to spend a sensible amount of money, what makes sense to them in their plans, to build that house. So if you come to a custom home builder like ourselves, first conversation we're going to have is, let's talk about budget. Let's talk about the house that you want. Let us tell you what we think it costs to build. You can tell us if that's too much or, you know, that's way under budget, and we can talk about bigger things and more things. But have that conversation, and then we go to an architect that is suitable for that project. We're also going to work along with you and the architect. You're going to work directly with the architect. We're going to work along with you, just keeping a focus on budget. So when certain aspects of the home come up, and they can be insidious, it can be as little as a walkout basement or new roof lines or the way that the garage relates to the floor plan. All those things have an effect on that original estimate we gave you. So we'll be in that conversation, and we'll be saying to you and the architect, hey, look, we estimated X amount of dollars. If we do this design detail, I think we might need to add 50,000 or 100,000 or 10,000. All of those things are a benefit that you get from us in your understanding of what it's going to cost to build the house you're designing. On the other hand, if you bring us a set of plans and we price it, and it's 200,000 more than you wanted to spend, your option is to either go back to that architect and make changes, or just to start over. Many times when somebody comes to us and they're 30–40% over what their budget is, they will just close shop and not build that house. So we see that time and time again, and it's something we're trying to avoid with clients. So that's the first reason that we suggest you work with your architect, with your builder, finding an architect to build your custom home. So the second thing we want you to know about designing a custom home with a custom home builder and kind of that design build process is what to expect from the architect process. And I'll tell you what I expect. So I expect that we we'll get some information from you before the first architect-client meeting. We'll get maybe some sample floor plans that you've liked, some houses that you've lived in the past. We may get pictures of different features that you like. We're going to get as much detail about what's in your head as possible. We're going to share it with the architects so they can do their homework, making that first meeting as beneficial as possible. Coming out of that first meeting, we want that architect to provide you a hand-drawn sketch. Architects do it differently. A sketch which is limited in details but gives you an idea of the floor plan. We're just going to concentrate on floor plan to start. Once we get that floor plan to 80–90%, the architect's going to then start adding elevations, what the house looks like from the front and the back and the sides. So that's step one, floor plan. Step two, elevations. Once we get those things kind of where you like them, architect's going to put that on the computer and he's going to come up with a more detailed model. Now we're going to start seeing things like windows show up, sizes, all of those details. And it's, believe it or not, it's much easier to move down that road if you're not getting all that detail at one time. So we're going to take it step by step until the fact that we have a plan that is maybe 80–90% accurate. Yesterday we had a meeting with a client. We're making changes to door locations. We're making changes to the television, the fireplace, in respect to where the television is going to go in a great room. We're talking about details like how does that fireplace finish. So we're now get down to the nitty-gritty details that our architect, ourselves, and the client are working on so we can get a really good set of plans produced by the architect. So now the last stage in the design process is the architect taking all of the work we've done so far and turning that into a set of construction drawings. Many times clients will want to know, what does a house cost to build? What does it cost to build? What does it cost to... The reason we can't tell you that early is because the construction details are really a huge impact on the cost of building a house. Are we using steel beams? What are the spans? All of those things. What is the roof structure? How is it built? Are we going to go trusses or true dimensional lumber? So all of those aspects go into pricing out a house. So when the architect produces that set of construction drawings, we're usually 95% complete with the client making changes. The other 5% are done during construction. You have a set of construction drawings that you can go to the bank with and get funding and financing. So that's the last stage of the design process. For us, it's the beginning of our process of pricing a custom home. And if you subscribe to our channel, you get a notification. The next video we put out, or one of the next videos we put out, will be on how we price a house and how we communicate that price and that detail to you. And that is a super hugely important aspect of understanding what it costs to build a custom home. So I do hope you subscribe. I hope you see our follow-up videos, because from what I understand, talking to clients, these are answering many of the questions you have.